All right. Welcome, everybody, to Roland Garros. We're here. Finally. I don't know if it's fine. I mean, it doesn't feel... It feels like it's been pretty hectic the last few months. And now we're here. The last big clay court tournament of the year. Of course, there's clay tournaments after this. But this is the last time that a lot of players are going to be playing on clay for the season. And we're watching Sabalenka. We're starting with the world number one versus Rakhimova in her first matchup. Apparently, it's raining a little bit outside already, so that's great. So we've already got weather to worry about, but luckily we're on center court. There's a roof here. It's all good. It's all good. But are we ready, Chad? After yesterday's historic achievement by Djokovic, we are now starting the French Open. These two have played twice before. 2-0 in favor of Sabalenka. They played in Washington 2024, so last year, and it was a three-setter. They did play at the French Open 2023. Straight sets win for Sabalenka that day. So, I don't know. Maybe Rakhimova's not a clay court. That might be the reason why it is one-sided. I'm at Walmart. Do you need a TV? Nope, I'm good. Thank you. Watching from Riyadh. Nice. Super windy here in Paris. Yeah, the weather is crappy today. The weather is not any good. Sabalenka and Gauff to win the women's. Well, one of them... Well, all of Gauff. Okay, yeah. All right. By the way, Eala's taking on Arango probably in like 30 minutes, so we might be watching, doing a bit of a doubleheader to start the day, or start the tournament, and that's fine. Today's a weird day. There's not much going on. I mean, there's a lot going on, but there's not much going on, if that makes sense. I mean, in terms of matches, all the big names and all the big matches are sort of tomorrow. Today's a bit of a light day. Obviously, a lot of players still playing, but it's not like a crazy day today. Sonigo versus Shelton is the night session match, which is strange because it's not Frenchman or a top player, like a top 10 player, so I don't know why that happened. But I guess, Shelton-Sonigo is a good matchup though, right? I mean, it's not a bad match. Musetti's playing today. Zhang versus Pavlyuchenkov is on as well today. Paolini's playing later tonight against Yuan. I mean, it is a pretty chill start to the tournament. And then tomorrow, Alcaraz, Sinner, Swiatek, and more tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be crazy. Tomorrow is proper like actual day one. Tomorrow is day one. Today is day zero. And on day zero, there's only a couple of things to watch. So we'll see what happens. Today is very, very very chilled. Yeah. I don't know what we're watching later. Maybe we'll like tune into something later on. Maybe. I don't know. But again, not really any crazy... Like the big names aren't really playing except for Sabalenka right now. And we might... Maybe, look, Paolini versus Yuan later might be something to watch. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how we go with these matches. Easing into the Grand Slam mood? Yeah. How am I feeling? I'm all right. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. Give me a day and I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I'm feeling okay. Least bageled Stearns in the first set. I did not see that coming. Yeah, no, Stearns. That is crazy. Other matches going on right now. Paul is down a break already against Molla. Kvitov is up a set but down a break against Golubic. Svitolina is up a set and a break against Sonmez. Stearns is down 6-love, 1-love. So that's interesting. And Mboko is taking out Sun at the moment, so that's a good start. And that's about it. Medvedev is up a set already in his match as well. What the heck's going on, Paul? Yeah, I don't know. Do you ever have any guests in the studio with you? Nope. Because I live in the middle of nowhere. So far away, nobody's ever going to be able to find it. So far away. Nole will be playing on Tuesday. So will Hurkacz. They'll give him extra time after yesterday. Cold mornings and night. Yeah, I know. It's been the weather in Melbourne. Everyone's getting sick, I think, because because it's just been a big shift in weather the last last week, right? It's just gotten real cold all of a sudden. Okay. I wonder if they're going to shut the roof on center court, because it's not raining enough to make it awkward. Like, it's not heavy rain, but if it is raining, are they going to just trust the clay is going to soak it up? Like, what are they going to do, you reckon? I wonder if they're going to close the roof for precaution. Doesn't look like it's raining that bad, though. Must have stopped. Where you described WTA don't have it. I don't know exactly where to watch this from your part of the world, depending on where you are. I only know from Australia. So if you're not from Australia, I have no idea how you can watch the French Open. But I'm sure somebody in the chat will. I think they have closed the roof. I think they might have closed the roof. Yeah. I don't know where to watch it from everywhere in the world. All I know is where to watch it from Australia. And on Australian TV, I think you can watch it on... Can you watch it on Channel 9? If not, you can watch it on Stan. Oh, no, you can watch it on Channel 9, apparently. Wow. How times have changed. You used to never be able to watch Roland Garros on free TV. You had to pay extra. All right. I think the roof is shut. I am very sure it's shut. Discovery Plus Premium in the UK, TNT, okay. Can I watch it at your house? If you come to my house, I'll call the cops. You can watch on 9. There you go. If you're in Australia. US Disney Hulu Max package. Okay. Stearns broken again in the second. Yeah, Stearns hasn't won a game, which is wild, considering she was so good last week. Thank you, still searching. That's all right. Where are you watching from? And then somebody can maybe directly help you. Maybe that could be a better way of going about it. All right. They're playing a whole big intro with violins and stuff. Svitolina is on Channel 9. Okay. All right. Here we go. Players are about to walk out on court. Let's see how Sabalenka looks to start this match. All right. Stearns court 6 will be used for Eala later. Yes. Eala's playing after Stearns. Stearns getting bullied? Yeah, she's getting wrecked. Now, here we go. Not Eala, sorry, she's playing later. Rakhimova coming out on court first. With a ball kid and a security guard. And I'm pretty sure the roof's shut. Pretty sure. By the way, Sabalenka wearing a totally different outfit than... is she wearing custom outfits now? Or do they make her merch and not... Or is like somebody else wearing this blue? Is this a Sabalenka outfit or is this a Nike Roland Garros gear? I need to know. mean, Sabalenka deserves her own outfits. Nope. Everybody's wearing this outfit. Not custom to her. Everybody's wearing this outfit. This is a generic outfit. When I say generic, I mean others are wearing it. It's not custom. It's not custom. I just looked on their website and it said, hey, you can buy this. But then again, maybe it might be custom. I have to see if somebody else is wearing that outfit. Who else is with Nike? Who would be on court right now? They have a bunch of variations. So, I mean, it might be custom, but then the variations. Who else is Nike at the moment who's on court? Anybody? I know Svitolina used to be Adidas. I know Zhang coming up later will be wearing an outfit, a Nike outfit, so we'll see. Now, Svitolina's wearing Adidas. So she is not... Kvitova? Pretty sure Kvitova was Nike before. Maybe. All right. Players on court. We're going to find out who's going to serve first. Sun's outside. Is on outside now. Adidas is going with a neon green theme and black. Yeah, I saw that. They've been rocking that for a couple of weeks. Hope Carlos is a good kid at RG. Fair enough. So the only Nike gear that they've got for Sabalenka is just like a shirt with her on it, putting her hands in the air. That's the only custom gear, but it's not tennis gear. It's just it's a shirt to, it's not it's not like a custom outfit for her to play in. It's just a shirt with her face on it. So Kvitova's not wearing. She's wearing like the different variants. Who else is with Nike? We'll just have to wait for Zhang. If Zhang's wearing the same outfit as Sabalenka, then we know that it ain't custom. Will there be a Roland Garros prediction video? Yeah, I just haven't had time. Like, it's been the last week has been hectic, so I haven't had time. So I've got all my predictions written down. I've just got to record the video, and maybe I'll do that today. After these matches, I might do that today. But I just haven't had time. I mean, it's been between trying not to get sick, but also watching Djokovic. It's been hectic, and doing all the other shit that has to be done before a Grand Slam. All right. How can we see the French Open if you're not in France? Buy a ticket and go to Paris. One-way flight to Paris. That's it. That's probably the best way bet. You probably have to buy. You probably have to get the train to Paris, and maybe live under the Eiffel Tower where the screens are. You can watch it there. Go to a bar or something. I mean, it's day 0 technically, so you can still do predictions. True. Well, most of I'll give you a little preview into the predictions anyway. So the only predictions that make any sense, like that are sort of, I guess, relevant for today, I'll give you a hint. So Svitolina is one of my dark horses. So if she wins, it doesn't really change anything because I've picked her to do that. Mboko is my qualifier pick. So if she wins, it keeps it alive. If they lose, then those predictions become kind of stupid. Everybody else in my predictions is not playing today. So like Swiatek or Alcaraz or Sabalenka, Djokovic, Sinner, Musetti, like all of those, they're not playing today. Well, Sabalenka is. If she loses, I'm screwed. But yeah, most of my predictions are not playing today. So if the video comes out a little bit later, it's fine. It won't, it won't. Shouldn't screw things up too badly. That's demanding. Cam's got enough to do. Yeah. Cam, you sound tired, and the French Open just started. Yeah. You probably haven't been here for weeks, but we've been here every day for the last 7 weeks. I think I wasn't here Tuesday. That was it. But between French Open draw and Djokovic week and all the crazy stuff, I mean, I am tired. I am very tired. Mboko and Svitolina aren't dark horse picks too. I can't lie. No, Svitolina is my dark horse pick, but then Mboko is my qualifier pick. Cam was expecting a break last week. I was hoping for a break. I wasn't expecting one. As soon as Djokovic said I'm playing, But it was worth watching Djokovic. I mean, let's be honest. Watching Djokovic yesterday was a treat to see him win that title. And to see him win that 100 titles, It was good to see. And the match was epic. We got a real good match too, which was awesome. It might be the second biggest ATP 250 match we've ever watched. The biggest was Nadal versus Thompson back in Brisbane a couple of years ago. But that was a close. It was a close second. Now they just warm up their last few serves, and then we can begin. All right. Was surprised to see Carlos there. Carlos where? Where was Carlos? Here we go, French Open. Yeah, it's already begun, but it's about to begin on center court right now. All right, chat. Who you got winning this one? I got Sabalenka in straights. I would be extremely surprised if we watch this match and it's an upset. If Sabalenka went down in the first match of the first day as the world number one, that would be ridiculous. All right, return goes in the for Sabalenka as Rakhimova hits a winner. Ooh. Stranger things have happened, though. Stranger things have happened, but it would be pretty wild if we had an upset to start the tournament. The number one upset, right? I mean, that would be ridiculous. All right, love 15. There's a bit of fault from Sabalenka. Second serve. Serve in the backhand of Rakhimova. Return the front of Sabalenka. And she hits a winner. Now, they did play a 3-setter last year on a hard court, though. It was on hard courts. In fact, it was just before Sabalenka started kicking ass. It was in Washington. Did you see my team? No, I haven't checked my team. 15-0. All I know is that last week I won, so I don't care. From now on, I do not mind. Hey, Charging, thank you for the 45 months. Appreciate it. All right, Sabalenka too strong. 30-15. (30-15). As we serve into the backhand of Rakhimova. Sabalenka forehand winner. 40-15. 40-15. Can the Bombers win? Yes, we beat Richmond. And now we play Brisbane in Brisbane next Thursday, which sucks. Adelaide are doing okay, though, I saw. 40-15. Carlos and Federer were at the final yesterday. What? At Djokovic's final? They were? They were in Geneva? No, they weren't. They were not. You're lying. I watched it. I don't see them there. Anyway, let's have a look at One Love. I mean, Federer I can understand, but Alcaraz? Why would Alcaraz be there? He was practicing here. Why would he go to Geneva? They were not. He wasn't there. I mean, I can understand Federer being there. Maybe, but I don't even think he was there, right? Why would Carlos just go to Geneva randomly? Yeah. He's not that close with Nole. I'll tell you who was there, Hubie Hurkacz. He was definitely there. He was definitely there. I saw him. Federer's coming here today for Rafa's thing, and so is probably Alcaraz as well. For the Rafa thing today, but not for they didn't go to Geneva. Okay. Rakhimova serves a fault. Second serve. There was a clip of him Nole talking to both of them. Okay, then it's probably like just a clip of something else that somebody's used. Love 15. Yeah, the big four are gonna be there for Rafa tonight. They're all gonna be there. Send it to me on Twitter if it's true. Okay, so the roof is closed. Thanks for the confirmation, Dutchie. Roof is definitely closed. 100%. Love 15. Sabalenka returns a backhand, but it goes long. Love. Sorry, 15 all. How many hours is the Rafa celebration? I think it's before the night session tonight. I think it's before the match tonight, right? It's like probably like 7 p.m. Something like that. It'll be before the night session. As it a 4-0 from Sabalenka, that's a good shot, but Rakhimova puts away the winner, 30-15. Yeah, it'll be straight after Musetti, right? All right, 30-15. So, Joe, we've got heaps of matches going on at the moment. So many matches. All the matches. Paul is back into a tie break, so that's cool to see. Also, Svitolina is about to win. She'll be the first winner of the French Open. 30-0. Also, Fucsovics is up a set and a break. Navone is about to win the first set against Nakashima. Kvitov is into a third set. And Sabalenka puts up a lob. Rakhimova puts away the smash. 40-30. Will you stream that because today seems slow? No, I'm just going to watch it. Why would I stream it? There's nothing to... What? Stream me watching it? Like, it's boring. I don't know where you can even watch it, though. 40-30. And after yesterday, I can feel my voice is really, really tight today. I'm real sore from screaming about Djokovic. So I'm going to take the opportunity today to use this as a day off. And watch this match, watch another match, and maybe one more, depending on how the day goes. But I'm going to use this day to kind of rest for tomorrow, which is going to be the real day one, which is going to be really crazy. So I'm I'm not going to remember, these Grand Slams are a marathon. And if I start sprinting, I'm going to pull a hamstring. All right, deuce. As Rakhimova serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As the backhand return goes the backhand of Rakhimova. Backhand out from Sabalenka. Rakhimova on the stretch. Hits it wide. Advantage Sabalenka. To break to start this match. Advantage Sabalenka. All right. As Rakhimova wins the point, we get back to deuce. All right. As with a fault, second serve. As with a double fault, as advantage. Advantage Sabalenka. As we get a fault from Rakhimova, second serve. As the return goes in from Sabalenka, Rakhimova can't get it back. And Sabalenka gets the break. All right. Sweet. Is RG the only slam that starts on a Sunday? No, Australian Open did it first. So, okay, let me give you a bit of a rundown on all the slams for a second. While we have this, while we can. So, back in the not so distant past, every slam was 14 days except for Wimbledon, which had a middle Sunday where they didn't play. Which is so weird to think now, but it happened. Wimbledon used to have Monday to Saturday, Sunday, middle Sunday was nothing. Monday was all the fourth round matches, so it was crazy. And then it was like Monday to Sunday. So they had the middle Sunday off. Tradition, I don't know what it was for, but they got rid of that. And all the other slams were 14 days, right? But the Australian Open a couple of years ago decided to start on a Sunday for whatever reason. Maybe because there was a lot of first round matches and they wanted to spread it out just in case it got a little bit, it was a little bit too crazy, right? If you got, so many matches, you've got to, put them on a different time. If you put them on 3 different days, it kind of covers everything. That's what I guess they were saying. That makes sense, right? Right? That makes sense. Right? Like, that makes... I don't think there was any other reason. I think it was purely because they wanted to make sure they can get all the matches done. But also, money. But they did it first. And then the French Open have done it the last couple of years. And then US Open are doing this year. So every tournament now, except for Wimbledon, will be 15 days. So the 3 slams will be 15 days. Except for Wimbledon, which might end up turning out to 15 days anyway, because why not? Anyways, Rakhimova hits a winner, and it's 40-30. But yeah, And it does make sense to start on a Sunday because then you do people that can't go to the first couple of rounds during the week because they have jobs, or they have, kids can't go because they have school. Starting on a Sunday, the first day on a Sunday, gives an opportunity for people to actually enjoy the tennis that have to work during the week. So I don't think it's purely monetary, because I'll tell you what, there's not that many people there right now. Like, if it's monetary, where the hell is everyone? 3 Love. Like, no one's there. No one's there. It's an empty stadium. Now, the weather's shitty, so maybe that's why, but there's not that many people there. Is there a big football game on tonight? Is that why? Is PSG playing or something? No, PSG already played. Anyways, that's sort of the situation of where the slams are at. It makes sense, yeah. And look, and I don't mind it being on, like, I'm doing the extra day of tennis is great for us, for us fans. We get more tennis. I don't mind a Sunday start. I kind of wish that the week before a slam there was no tennis. So that way we could actually, like, get ready for the tennis instead of having to watch Geneva, for example. I would have much rather have had 0 tennis last week. But that's never going to happen, right? There will always be tournaments before the slams for practice. Also, probably because the schedule today doesn't have many big guns. Yeah, I mean, Sabalenka and Musetti and Zhang are the big guns today, right? They are they're the big names, right? But, people will show up eventually. They'll show up for the Rafa thing. This place will be packed when Rafa comes out. Svitolina won. Svitolina wins. She wins the first match of the French. Also, Medvedev is up 2-0. And Paul lost the first set. Ew. By the way, chat, we will mention this because something will happen. I don't know what it will be, but something will happen during these 2 weeks that we will probably tear our hair out over. But there are lines people at Roland Garros. I think it's the only tournament, only men's event that have lines people. So there is no Hawkeye. There is no challenge. I don't think they challenge. They don't do challenge. There is no automatic line calls. There are no. I don't think there is Hawkeye. I don't think they even have Hawkeye. I might be wrong. They might have implemented it, but remember last year it was the Walmart headband with a camera on the umpire. That was what Hawkeye was last year. They went with Hawkeye Light. The Walmart version, and it was terrible because the umpire would shake their head and we just would throw up. 30-15. The umpire doesn't have the face camera or whatever, but I wonder if they do have Hawkeye if they need to. But they're the only tournament, the only major event that doesn't have Hawkeye, which is interesting. Hopefully, nothing happens so that we don't need to be like, why don't you have it? Like, if something does happen, then they'll probably get it next year. But yeah, why don't they have Hawkeye? I don't know. I don't know why they don't, but they don't. I don't know. Maybe because they just think, well, hey, Hawkeye. Why do we need Hawkeye? The ball leaves a mark. But hopefully they don't need Hawkeye to verify. Hopefully there's no, dodgy line calls or anything. Hawkeye doesn't work on clay anyway. Well, it's been used on clay, and it works better than human error. I mean, it doesn't work perfect. I think some players have criticized it for sure, but it's still like a good, especially when there's it's hard to determine whether the ball is on the line. Like, Hawkeye is a good way for the umpires not to get too much hate, right? They can kind of refer and blame Hawkeye. If Hawkeye says it's in, then it's in, right? They kind of, Anyways, Rakhimova wins the game, 3-1. She's on the board. Technology is available. It also helps the game go on, not arguing over ball marks for 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean, we might have that happen in this match, or in this tournament, and then it's just going to waste time as well. Yeah. Roland Garros usually are the last ones to implement change. Like, they were the last ones to get a roof out of the 4 slams. I think their first. It seems like a while now, but like 2020 was the time when they opened the roof. Like, they had the roof, whereas Wimbledon before that and the US Open before that had it, early 2010s, right? So yeah, like Roland Garros do a lot of things sort of last when it comes to these kind of technological advances. The French Open claimed that not having Hawkeye is about maintaining tradition. Look, you could say that too, but then why is Wimbledon using it? And they're the most traditional tournament of them all. Lovely volley from Sabalenka, 15-love. I mean, look, if that's what they're doing, good for them. But I also think if Hawkeye is good enough if Wimbledon are happy to use Hawkeye, then I don't know if tradition we can blame tradition. I think blaming tradition or using tradition as a reason, I think it just might be too expensive, and they just don't want to implement it because of the expenses. Maybe they're like, no, we don't want to deal with that shit. Which is fair enough. If they don't want to do it, it's fine. But I don't know if tradition is like tradition. I mean, especially when Wimbledon have gone, we're going to use it. So I don't know. I don't know if tradition is. Hey, look, if it's tradition, good for them. But I don't know. Wimbledon are traditional and they're using it. So 40-love. It's also not tradition to start on a Sunday. So I mean, like, hello. What are we just picking and choosing what we like? Do we? Tradition would start this tournament on Monday and not have a roof. Let the elements be. So I mean, like, what are we just picking and choosing our traditions? Are we? All right, Sabalenka 4-1. They're going to have to get Hawkeye eventually, anyway. If anything bad happens, Stearns is, by the way, about to lose. That is huge. It's not traditional. They just want to be different. Yeah. I mean, I think it's more just maybe they just don't want to. They just don't want the hassle of implementing it to the tournament because it's just an extra thing they got to worry about, which is fine. That's fine. They want to keep things the way it is because it's easier. Okay. They also, you got to remember as well. Instead of criticizing them for not wanting to spend money on it potentially, you got to also remember that they've just opened 2 roofs in the last 5 years. That's a lot of money they've spent on this tournament. They've paid a lot of money to get 2 roofs on the 2 main courts, right? Whereas Wimbledon and the US Open, they opened up their roof like 10 years ago. So they've been able to regenerate the money that they would have spent on those things to now do other things, such as use Hawkeye, right? So, I think they're probably just maybe, they don't want to spend the more money that they've already spent, on stuff. And that's, that is what it is, That's fair enough. So we got to be a little bit understanding from that point of view, right? Like if I go look at the US Open, I mean they got the benefit of Hawkeye for a while anyway. So the US Open. There's Sabalenka in the net, 15-love. So the Australian Opens have roofs forever, forever. Wimbledon bought in a roof in 2010? No, 2008? No. 2009. So they've had, 15 years to bring Hawkeye in and make, and all the money they spent on the roof, they can, they've made it up, right? And the second roof at Wimbledon, I can't even think of when it was. Was that 2015? No, 2012. No. 2000 no idea. It's 15-0. As we're back in our slice from Sabalenka. And the corner Rakhimova. Sabalenka slice. Into the forehand Rakhimova. She comes to the net. Rakhimova. Sabalenka backhand passing shots. Too good. 15-30. 15-30. By the way, anyone who's saying that Stearns' match is over, it's not over. So please stop doing that. It's really annoying. She's losing, but she hasn't lost. As Sabalenka hits a return winner, 15-40. 15-40. There's a return from Sabalenka and is in. Oh, Rakhimova in the net. Sabalenka 5-1. First set. She is cruising at the moment. All right. 5-1. Yeah, that was a bad miss. I think Sabalenka didn't think she hit it over and then kind of walked away and then Rakhimova smacked in the net. Yeah, can you please don't put scores in the chat, even for for other matches, but make sure you tell us that it's the other matches, because otherwise people will get confused and you'll get in trouble for no reason. So if you're talking about other matches and you're putting scores in the chat for other matches, make sure you tell everybody that is the case. Otherwise, it gets confusing and it sounds like you're calling the score for this match, which doesn't need to be done. I think Perikar versus Bergs is a 5 setup. Could be, yeah. I mean, that would be the match that I would want to watch today, like if I was at the tournament. Because Bergs has got energy and Perikar with that crowd is going to be real fun. That would be really fun. 15-0. I got scored on my last Uber Eats delivery, 8 out of 10. Wait, what? You do Uber Eats? 30-15. Sabalenka serves again. Serve. There's a fault. Second serve. As with a forehand down the line, Sabalenka goes long, and we get to 30-0. Delivery. Oh wait, you got 8 out of 10 on your delivery. Wait, you delivered or no? Or they delivered to you and you got an 8 out of 10. How does that work? Wait, do Uber drivers rate the customers? What is that? What? Is that true? Anyways, that goes in the net for Rakhimova. 40-30. Set point for Sabalenka. $40-30. Sabalenka to take the first set. She serves an ace. There's the first set for the world number 1. Easy start to this tournament. 6-1. 6-1. All right. Oh, you scored them an 8 out of 10. Okay, now I understand. Now I get it. That makes sense. By the way, Stearns lost. That's crazy. That is wild. First set, by the way, 16 winners, 5 errors from Sabalenka. That is something. That is a hell of a start for Sabalenka. Yeah, Stearns goes from crazy in Rome to first round loss. Didn't she win a tournament before the French last year and then lost in the first round as well? I want to say, I feel like that happened last year. She won Rabat and then she lost first round. Didn't she last year? I'm pretty sure. Did she even play last year? Hang on. Oh no, Stearns made the third round last year. She beat Dasher. Stearns upset loss. That is an upset of sorts. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not a massive upset, but it's definitely a bit of a surprise for us. GMP is on court, ready to play. Okay. Yeah, Tommy Paul's losing at the moment. That would be a massive upset if it happened. Lisa's a decent player though. Yeah. Lisa's a good player. She played well in Australia. But Stearns has been playing well, playing really well. So that's disappointing. You expected a lot from Stearns. Who's the lucky loser Carlos is playing? He's not playing a lucky loser, he's playing a qualifier. And that guy is named Zapiri. All right. Sabalenka 6-1. Just waiting for Rakhimova to come back. And then we can watch the second set. All right. Eala versus Orengo is about to start. Yeah, it's not yet. I mean, we've still got a little bit of time. They'll start soon, though. Don't worry. We will start that match. Have I picked an upset of the day? No. Let me check. Upset of the day. I'm going to go with... I reckon Sonigo might beat Shelton. I could see that happening. I hope I'm wrong, though. I'd love to see Shelton do well, but... yeah. I tell you, there's not that many seeded players playing today. there's a lot of unseeded players playing today. So yeah, I'll go with Sonigo beating Shelton, but I hope I'm wrong. And I don't know why, but I'm a little worried about Schneider. I mean, she's been a little bit hot and cold all year. Maybe she's starting to come into form, but I don't know. She's playing a qualifier, so it should be okay. But I don't know. Schneider is another one that just kind of you gotta watch. We gotta watch out just in case something might happen there. All right, return the backhand of Rakhimova. Backhand now from Sabalenka. Rakhimova in the net, 15-all. I'm ready for Fonseca tomorrow, but Hubie looks scary. Are they playing tomorrow? I thought they were playing on Tuesday. I think they're playing Tuesday. Because they're top of the draw, top half of the draw. Unless it's been said that they've been playing tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday? Okay. I know Djokovic is on Tuesday. 15:30. Fonseca will lose. You wish. We need a good lefty at the French. Draper. We got Draper. We got Draper. So the back to Sabalenka. Backing out from Rakhimova goes long. 15-40. 15-40. Sonego be tricky for Shelton? Yeah, exactly. Mboko wins. Nice. Love that. As that goes out by Rakhimova. And Sabalenka with a center break. He's got no chance against her catch. All right. Whatever you say. If Fonseca beats her catch, you need to apologize. Rakhimova has no chance against Sabalenka, unfortunately. Yeah, currently she is losing. All right, setting a break. I will, okay. Big Foe could be an upset. Yeah, look, Big Foe could always be an upset on clay for sure. But I don't think that's an upset if he loses because he's playing Safiullin and we don't expect much from Foe. Whereas I feel like, you know, Schneider and maybe Shelton and Foe, are they in the same boat with their kind of, we're not expecting much? I don't know. Or are we expecting more from Shelton? All right, 15 love. All right, 30 love. $30 love. All right, we get to 40 love, Sabalenka. All right. Return goes in by Rakhimova. Sabalenka hits it out. 40-15. All right. Sabalenka holds. 2 love. Two love. As Rakhimova hits another error, love 15. Love 15. I'm going to fold again from Rakhimova, second serve. And then Sabalenka drop shot, return goes wide. 15-0. 15-0. Sabalenka returns the forehand of Rakhimova. Sabalenka forehand winner. Down the line, 15-30. 15-30. All right, 15-30. There's a bit of let from Rakhimova. Serve again. The backhand of Sabalenka. Forehand of Rakhimova. Sabalenka gets on the stretch. Into the forehand of Rakhimova. Loopy to the backhand of Sabalenka. Rakhimova back into the forehand of Sabalenka. Into the slice of Rakhimova, but she hits it out. 15-40. GMP just got broken for, what, first game? That's insane. What the hell? By the way, Bocco got the win, if you didn't know. Now you know. Paul's off a break in the second. So that's fun. All right, 15-40. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in from Rakhimova and Sabalenka hits it out. All right, 30-40. Rakhimova serves. Sabalenka slices it back. Rakhimova forehand to the back into Sabalenka. And Sabalenka hit it out. No Hawkeye. People said that. And it's deuce. All right, let's start this other matchup as well. Because Aryna and Eala are on court as well. All right, we get the deuce. As Rakhimova serves a fault, second serve. All right, welcome everybody to day one of the French Open. We have a little bit of rain around, but not enough to make it. Not enough yet to make it a problem. We're watching Sabalenka right now dominate. And then we've got Eala taking on Rakhimova on the outside courts. Cam, did you go hunt today? Nah, I went to thrift stores aren't open on Sundays in Australia. But I did go to like an antique market in the afternoon, which was fun. Didn't find anything, but it was fun. It was fun to just see stuff that's like antique stuff. No hunt today. Advantage Rakhimova. By the way, Eala's wearing like this. Who's she sponsored by? Because that's a cool outfit. Oh, she's sponsored by Nike, right? Yeah, she's wearing one of the looks like it's almost like a vintage classic kind of style with like the ruffled skirt and the collar. I like it. I think that's a great outfit. What do the men's outfits look like? And she's wearing like the collared look. So the men's outfit's either going to be classic or stripy. Anyway, Sabalenka gets to advantage. So yeah, the men's is going to... Oh God, I tell you what, the men's outfits kind of stink. It's either a stripy shirt with no collar or it's a collared shirt with just a blank, like just a one color. Like a green or like it's pretty basic. Shoes are cool though. I like the shoes. The shoes are kind of sick. The white with the blue, like the blue, and I like the shoes. Look good. All right, advantage Sabalenka for the double break. As Rakhimova serves. Into the backhand Sabalenka, forehand Rakhimova. To the backhand slice of Sabalenka, Rakhimova forehand winner. We get back to deuce. Really windy outside as well. Who is Mensik sponsored by? He is sponsored by Adidas, I think. Stripes is so bad, I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah. The thing is that Alcaraz is going to rock the stripes. I don't know, chat. I feel like Grand Slams, like, you got to come out with your best stuff at the slams, right? I mean, it's got to be iconic looks at the slams, not like stripy basic shirts and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, Sabalenka with a winner advantage. But Eala's outfit, fire. Sabalenka's outfit, fire. Like that, like on the women's side, Nike delivered. On the men's side, though, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, Sabalenka to get the double break. Rakhimova goes to forehand. Sabalenka in the net. Go back to deuce. Women's side are bangers, but the men's side is awful. Yeah. All right. Sabalenka still has a set and a break, trying to get the double break. Eala's going to serve first, by the way. Who you got winning this one, chat? I'm going with Eala in 3. That is my prediction. Eala in 3. All right, Sabalenka with a break point for a double break. I have run 6 thrift stores from 1986 to 2004. The customers varied in those 2 decades, from elderly to refugee, looking for bargains. Nice. Wait, how do you run did you run a thrift store? Is that a thing you can do? Could I open a thrift store? Now, Sabalenka double break, and she's up 3-11 in the second. Could I do that? Is that a thing I could do? I could run a thrift store? I think it's called an antique store these days. They changed the name. All right. First games on the board. In the second for Sabalenka, she's cruising. Eala's got the first point in her match, 15-love. Kvitova lost. Now, look, it's her first big tournament back. So you got to give her a bit of a break for that. All right, Eala 15-0. Not surprised that Kvitova lost, yeah. Was an upset? Not really. All right, 15-0 as Eala serves. Into the backhand of Arango. Backhand from Eala to the forehand of Arango on the stretch. Eala forehand down the line. Arango gets it back. As Eala forehand cross. Arango has got it with a backhand into the forehand of Eala. Get to the backhand of Arango as Eala forehand is good. Arango gets it back. Eala goes straight to Arango, who puts up a lob. Eala with a backhand volley goes in, but Arango gets it back to the forehand of Eala. Backhand of Arango down the line. Eala gets on the stretch. Arango down the line forehand. Eala's going to get there. With a backhand drop shot from Arango. What a shot! What a drop shot!
This is going to be on tennis.
Wow, Arango. 15-30. That's a crazy drop shot. It went like this far over the net. What a drop shot. And Eala went flying into the net. By the way, I think it was Eala's birthday. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago? Since the last time we watched her? Because I remember when we were watching it last, everyone was saying it's a birthday coming up. All right, 15:30. We got a backhand return from Arango to the front of Eala. Great drop shot, but Arango gets it back and then hits it long. 30-all. Also Sabalenka at 15-all. What time's the Rafa thing? I have no idea. I think it's like later in the day. 30:15, Sabalenka. Sabalenka serves again. A fault. Second serve. Rango's got a break point. 30-40. So 30-all Sabalenka. A slice from Arango into the front of Eala. Arango forehand on the stretch. Eala with a forehand down the line again. The front of Arango sliced. As Eala hits a winner. And we get to deuce. 40-30 Sabalenka. Fucsovics is up 2 sets to love against School Kate. And GMP is down 3-1 already in his match. All right, Sabalenka gets the deuce. Sabalenka serves. Rockers were beaten really badly last night. Yankees was easy money and locking my parlays. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We only talk when they win. All right, forehand now from Rakhimova to the back of Sabalenka. It's in the net advantage. Rakhimova to get back one of these breaks. If Eala loses, will she drop in the rankings? Good question. I would say no because she hasn't got anything to defend from last year, but I'll triple check for you. So Eala will... Oh, she will. She'll drop down 4 spots if she does lose, I think. All right, Arango back to deuce on the Eala serve. She won't drop too much, but she'll probably stay around 70. But, yeah. Sabalenka gets a lovely backhand winner. Gets back to deuce. We get to deuce. All right, Sabalenka comes in with a volley and puts it long. Advantage Rakhimova. Cam, you could start a thrift store and name the beneficiary as Tennis Talk. I feel like that sounds very sketchy. It sounds like a sketchy situation. All right, advantage Rakhimova. To get back one of these breaks. As Arango hits a lovely passing shot. And gets back to deuce. All right, Sabalenka back to deuce as well. As we're forehand now into the backhand of Rakhimova. Again to the backhand slice of Rakhimova now. Sabalenka winds up and hits a winner. Advantage Sabalenka. Advantage Sabalenka. Advantage Sabalenka is... Rakhimova hits it out, and it's 4-love Sabalenka in the second. Eala's down a double break. Or sorry, a break point. Not a double break. It's the other one. It's the other match. All right. 4-love Sabalenka as Eala. Second serve in the back of Arango. Arango in the net. Back to deuce. All right. Second serve from Eala. All right. Advantage Arango. As Arango breaks. First game. Took a minute, but she breaks. 1-love. First game goes. 8-minute game for Arango to break. Sabalenka gets a 15-0. She's trying to get a bagel in the second set. A lot of things going on at the moment. All right. 15-30. Sabalenka. As the backhand return goes to the backhand of Rakhimova. Backhand of Sabalenka. The forehand of Rakhimova. In the backhand of Sabalenka. Rakhimova backhand. And Sabalenka hits a slice. Comes to the net. Then volleys. And it goes in. And then Rakhimova hits it wide. Sabalenka. 15-40. To take the double break. The triple break and serve the match. Camera trying to conserve energy. It's a long tournament. Yeah, it is a long tournament. I'm a little confused about the scoreboards or just how I see it. I mean, one scoreboard is this side with the purple, and one scoreboard is with the dark, with the grey. I don't know how to make it any more clear than that. I maybe can change the color a little bit to make it a little bit different. Maybe to make it not look super similar. Maybe brighten up a little bit. Maybe. And it's 30-40. Sabalenka to take that 5-love lead. Good return in the back of Rakhimova. Forehand from Sabalenka is a winner. 5-love. Love. Scoreboard looks fine. I mean, is that better? Is it not 5 sets for men? We're watching ladies tennis. I don't know what do you mean 5 sets? You want me to do that, do you? I mean, I could do that. Is that better? We're watching women's tennis at the moment, so we don't need 5 sets yet. Anyways, 40-15. Arango to consolidate at the break. (40-15). As Arango serves. The backhand to the forehand of Eala. Backhand of Arango to the forehand of Eala. As Arango forehand again to the front of Eala. Eala sprays it wide to love. To love Arango. All right. Sabalenka serve for the match. 5 love. And it's love 15. She misses the first point. All right, Sabalenka serves. A fault. Second serve. Oh, double fault Sabalenka. Love 30. Chance for the break. Or Rakhimova to break back. Also, love 15. Arango gets the first point here. She's already got a break to love. There's a forehand from Arango into the forehand of Eala. Arango with a forehand again to the forehand of Eala. Into the forehand of Arango on the stretch. Eala with a forehand again. As backhand goes out by Arango, and it's 15 all. $15 all. $15 is 15-30 Sabalenka. She's trying to bagel the second set here. What a start by Sabalenka, though. 1 in love? I mean, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. Sabalenka serves again. Into the forehand of Rakhimova. That goes in the net on the return. 30 all. 2 points away. I could see Sabalenka, but not the other players. Oh, okay. All right, Sabalenka serves. 2 points away. Ace-7T. 40-30. Sabalenka to just put a beating on Rakhimova. 40-30. For somebody who played a 3-setter against Sabalenka this last year on the hard courts, maybe Rakhimova just doesn't play well on clay. Sabalenka is super scary. First serve default, second serve. So Eala's about to go down double break. All right, serving to the backhand of Rakhimova. Backing up from Sabalenka. Rakhimova backing on the stretch. Sabalenka comes in and hits a slice. Winner, there it is. 1 in love. Also, Eala is down a double break. 3 love, first set. So Arango getting it done. Rakhimova it goes down. GG's. That's how you start if you're the number 1 in the world. Come out here and you just whack somebody. Okay. Now we're going to use this opportunity to merge the stream. So if you want to keep watching, this Eala versus Arango match, jump on over. But great start by Sabalenka. She takes out Rakhimova in straights and she cruises into the second round. She now gets 2 days off until she plays on Wednesday in her second round match. So she's got a couple of days off and then she'll come out and play against, who's she playing? She will take on the winner of Stefanini and Teichmann. So she would probably like a chance against both of those names. But good stuff from Sabalenka. She gets a win.